Vertical instead of horizontal.
I know. Should
But
it be
looks
horizontal?
fine.
I
No,
think
it looks fine.
It's
No, looks fine.
It'd be funny if it flips me. Oh my god! It it closed my app. It closed everything. Hey guys.
Oh, there you go.
Hopefully, yeah. There we go. I got this is my wool Pendleton hat. I got a haircut today.
Oh yeah, look at that Pendleton hat. You're hiding your glory under a bush, man. That's a nice hat though. We are at halftime of a 14-9 game. This has kind of all of the telltale Thursday night football, everything
flag.
you could flag on the field.
Jesus
Interruption.
Christ. So much. And then they picked up a couple. Not only that, they picked up a weird one. They called the wrong person for face mask, which happens, but they called the wrong team. It was a trip of first. Like, are we sure we want to bet the second half with this reffing crew in there?
I got to imagine they're going to get a call from league office of you guys need to freaking button it up, man. Like this is getting like the fact that Al Michaels is specifically poisoning the audience, which I love. I have the second quarter. Al Michaels was right in my wheelhouse of just entertainment in a non-entertaining game. Like hey, here, again, as someone who's suffering from severe jet lag, the 8-minute Giants drive to end the second quarter did not do me any favors. That was just an absolute brutal shit show. And honestly, like the Giants are playing such a conservative offense. And I don't blame them because every deep pass that Daniel Jones has thrown has been underthrown by 10 yards. And like in general, like the third down decision making of him throwing it short of the sticks and just praying that on one drive. I think it's over the course of the first half, it's been at least 5, maybe 6.
Yeah.
And they're just praying that their wide receivers will make a move and kind of get the hard yards. And it's generally happening because Wan'Dale Robinson's having a solid game. Malik Neighbors is a G, but I mean the Dallas. It feels like a lot of what the Giants are doing is trying to hide their defense, right? Like it feels like they're specifically interested in trying to.
I think you have to have a conversation with yourself eventually. Like, hey, this is fine if we want to not lose by 100 points by putting a Dallas offense who's throwing at will. By the way, here's the thing.
Dak is very
Dallas should just throw on every down because it's very successful. And the Giants should just go home if they don't want to play football because they are playing this not to lose style football. They have to have some sort of conversation. And again, I like Dable as a play caller. I think he has it in him, but they're going to have to get a little more aggressive if they actually want to win. Because you're not just going to, here's a 6-minute field goal drive again. Like, what's 4 more of those going to do? You're going to lose by 10 points. So I don't know what Dable pulls out because, like you said, a DJ deep ball is just going to Diggs every time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's some trick plays, a little more maybe just up tempo. Maybe this instead of sucking 8 minutes off the clock, it becomes a little up tempo. So I don't know. I haven't really seen it from the Giants where they can just change their offense like that. So I'm not sure what to do with the second half at all. I would have loved to take this over because nobody's stopping anybody. But it's slow. It's too slow. And at a certain point, Dallas will be able to just while this away if the Giants don't get aggressive and score.
Yes. The problem is that
is there a side you prefer here?
Slightly in Dallas, but Giants get the ball first. Giants again, like they've been able to matriculate. I will say that Daniel Jones has had 3 turnover-worthy plays so far. And none of them have actually resulted in turnovers. I'm like just generally annoyed by this game because of the specific, like if either of those turnovers had come through at the beginning of that 8-minute drive, then or like the 4th down stop, if they tackle a guy at freaking midfield, Wilson whiffs on the 4th down tackle in the backfield. If Dallas gets the ball at the 50, they're scoring a touchdown, and then both the total is flying over and Dallas is covering easy. And because that one missed tackle, it's like, okay, well now we're gonna have to fucking sweat this shit.
Credit Singletary, but they had 2 turnovers on that drive because you made the joke in the Discord. Hooker broke that pass up. Like,
yeah, Hooker Hooker broke up the interception.
That's an interception, and then they had him for fourth down. So, again, maybe it is just some Dallas here. I took Dallas first half because I was scared of them.
It does feel like a turnover is coming, and it's a Giants turnover, right?
But yeah, and that's the thing. Like, they are better as a front runner. We didn't want to bet Dallas and look at the second half and like, they're trying to play catch up. This is fucked.
Yeah.
But if they stick to the short stuff where CeeDee Lamb is just nobody can cover CeeDee Lamb, they're just letting him work to the inside, and Dak can hit that pass with his eyes closed. So just like, I don't know, it's like free 6 yards to CeeDee Lamb on every play. If you turn fatigue, you can just do that down the field.
Yeah, I mean, CeeDee Lamb only has 6 targets so far. It feels like that's going to end up around 14. Even in a positive game state, I think they're going to continue throwing it to him. The fact that they're basically getting other good matchups in the passing game should just help overall the Dallas. I think Dallas is the play here because, again, like, there's plenty of reasons to come out of this game, even if Dallas wins and covers. There's plenty of reasons to be like, these guys are fucking frauds. Like, the offensive line is having issues. They're sloppy. They're poorly coached. The defensive 12 men in the huddle penalties. Like, we're making jokes about a flag on every play. Like, some of it is the Cowboys are just really playing some sloppy shit football, and their tackling is
there were 12 dudes out there. Not much you can do.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so
I know.
Like,
I will say, the tackling looks better. That's how bad it was. The tackling looks slightly better this week. It was atrocious at times over the past 2 weeks. So I don't know how you fix any of that, but at the same time, if I had to back Dallas, it would be side rather than like a team total over. Because I do worry about another 9-minute Giants drive. If they just stick to the game plan and do another one of those, they're gonna have a couple of long drives, it feels like, and the only respite we'll get is the possible turnovers.
Yes,
My rescue
I will say when the field gets short for the Giants, it's not good against this Cowboys.
It's bad.
Right? It's really bad. And so, like, the Giants in the red zone, I think, are still looking at probably field goals, not touchdowns. And so, like, if they get a field goal on this first drive and then it's 14-12, that sets up a game state where a push is not out of the realm of possibility in the second half. I will say that, like,
10-9 second half feels about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could. Anyway, so I guess at this point we're getting plus money for Dallas -0.5. No real interest in adding to what I already have.
We're not feeling terribly confident.
-114. Money line's only -114. Is that what you want to go with?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Probably do some live betting in the second half. If you guys have a hot take on a prop, by all means, put it in the chat. Honestly, a lot of really good props come through in the live chat, y'all. I mean, one time when Drew was gone, we made one of you do the official play. That was that was a team total under, but I mean, everybody was kind of on the same page with the who's our running back, guys? Who's our second half running back in the blowout? Not Ty Johnson. Who's the third guy? I can't think of it. Ray Davis. Everybody was on the same page with Ray Davis.
Oh wow!
Well, that game. Okay, so what are you going to bet in the second half on the side total?
People do like Rico Dowdell, so it's a Rico, very Rico positive chat for second half here. That's cool. Rico's got some spunk. He's got some juice.
What if I just had this?
He's got a shitload more juice than Zeke does. Yeah. I think CeeDee Lamb probably finishes with close to 200 yards in this one. I just want to kind of take this time to note that the injuries to the Giants secondary have been pretty important. We're seeing a lot of Deonte Banks.
Yeah,
he might be the worst CB1 in football. he got exposed a lot against Amari Cooper in that Browns game. Like watching that tape, I was like, wow, Banks is not the guy. And then on the one CeeDee Lamb long pass, Banks just got abused.
If you like
Andrew
watching
Booth,
good
also not a
cornerback
guy.
play,
Yeah.
if bad cornerback play is offensive to you, there should be a
Yeah.
trigger warning because Andrew Booth and Deontay Banks,
Yeah.
pretty rough. It's a pretty
Yeah.
rough hang with Kalen Carter and
Yeah.
the other. We're missing a safety on the one side. We're missing two corners on the other. It's been a lot of
Yeah.
backup secondary pieces.
We haven't mentioned the field conditions to this point. It is slick as shit out there, which kind of made me inclined to bet a live over in the first half. I got a fine number, so I think it's going to get
What
there.
are we rooting for your
45, 44 and a half, I think.
Well within reach.
Yeah, I think so. But ultimately, I would look at just in general, pass rush not being super successful and cornerbacks getting burned on double moves continuing to happen. So hopefully it's mostly the Giants cornerbacks who get burned though.
It is kind of like what you saw in, we joked about it being in Brazil, but it's the same thing where if these wide receivers catch the ball and they're able to, curl away from the sideline while a corner is angling towards the sideline, they're missing that tackle every time. That third down by Wan'Dale Robinson, just like, well, this guy can't stop, he can't turn. It did remind me of the Brazil game where it's like, oh fuck, he's taking that. There's no way we're getting a tackle here.
Oh
yeah. I would, a smart coach should be able to see that while he's watching the game and say, like, we need to run routes that take advantage of corners having to move a long ways to make the tackle, even if it's a short play, a short play out in space rather than these runs. I like their running back. This might not be the day to use him that much. He's had a lot of runs that have gone, 1, 2, 3, 0. Those are not successful first downs. You want 5. You got to have 5 guys, and they're not getting that.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as adjustments go, I don't think really.
That screenplay, Drew. The screenplay they got flagged on that he dropped.
Yes.
They have good plays in the playbook.
Yeah. Cowboys, I guess I'll say this. The Cowboys, it feels like they heard all of the criticism of how bad the run defense was. Particularly the interior guys on the D line have done a nice job of kind of showing up to a degree. We do have an overtime image, right? Yeah, there we go. The interior D line guys are playing well. The tackling that has been disappointing for the Cowboys has mostly been the secondary guys. And really it was just that 1 4th down stop. I'm so mad about that because like the Cowboys get that stop, like this was an easy call what to do, and we were going to have it would have been a Cowboys love fest. And
it felt like the Bijan run, except we didn't get the right result.
Yeah.
They got it red. They're in the backfield. He's dead, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. Danny Dimes threw a very solid pass over the middle to Slayton. I guess I will note that like if you combine these two teams, Giants and Cowboys, if you combine their rosters, you would have a really solid contender in the NFC. Right? Like the fact that Dimes is just not a good enough quarterback, and the fact that the offensive line you need to combine parts to have a good functioning offensive line, and the weapons that the Giants have would be awesome to complement CeeDee Lamb and the defense. We would love some defensive line interior play from the Giants add to the Cowboys. Like they feel like very incomplete rosters, both of them, and they would complement each other quite well. And for those reasons, I don't think we can take either of these teams seriously when the dust settles. But who knows? Maybe they get better.
Who wins the East? It feels like the Eagles have a roster on paper where they should be winning it by attrition. But
I would say Eagles too, but I would also say that the fun answer is Washington, and I would say like it's probably Eagles. But the Eagles. Do you see what the Eagles price was today? It's like minus 213 or something like that.
I'm not saying for a bet.
I know. I'm just saying like it's such that's such a big price.
Bad price.
I don't know, man. Yeah, No Lies says that Sirianni he just feels like he is a coach on under duress, and I it doesn't entirely look to me like they've got things solved, offensive defensive coordinator, but we'll see. Giants are marching. They've been a little more explosive, which I think is still fine for a Dallas bet. Like I would rather have like a little bit of a pop here from the Giants, so the Dallas has to keep their foot on the accelerator.
Well, and you have your overs.
For my live over too, yeah.
You had a pregame over, right?
No, I didn't play a pregame. I
Okay,
was
I thought you were leaning.
I was into it, but I was like, this game's stupid. Let's just let's see what the what the approaches are going to be. The only thing I played was CeeDee Lamb overs, and those are already home, I think. But yeah, a Giants touchdown would be perfectly fine for me. Otherwise, outside of our second half play. All right, well. I hope you're enjoying your fall. You got a nice fall night there.
It's so nice out. I might just pull the phone up and watch the game on my phone out in the hammock. Do one of these where you lay down and it's not watching it, but you do that. Oh,
yeah.
Put the hat on your face, take a cowboy nap. Oh.
Yeah, just listen to the dulcet tones of Al Michaels complaining about the refs. Yeah.
I'm going to have to have a bonfire tomorrow night. Some brown liquor and a bonfire, a little s'mores.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
It's that perfect weather where it's like sweatshirt and shorts in the morning.
Oh, yes.
I've worn a jacket to work every day, and then I come outside in the afternoon, it's 81 degrees.
Yeah, this is the best time of year. September into October and into the very beginning of November. Yeah, this is my favorite.
I tell you Absolutely love it. I don't know any of the kids on the team, but daughter wanted to go. Everyone wanted to go, so I went to the homecoming game last Friday.
Oh, look at you!
The local 11.
Yeah,
and it kind of like don't really care if they win. I hope they win for the town and whatnot, but like I don't know any of those players. I don't have kids that age, but it just felt like fuck Friday football, homecoming, fall. It was kind of chilly, like really it hit you in the old nostalgia bucket there, and
I love it.
Apparently they're ranked number 1 in state again. So my number 1, Stewartville Tigers, took down. They scheduled a ranked team for homecoming. That's huevos. Usually we always just scheduled the worst fucking team we could play.
Yeah. Did it make you want to take the old lady under the bleachers and see what's going on?
Oh yeah. I had her over next to the fence. I pulled one of the put my hand in her back pocket moves.
Oh yeah, nice move. That's a fun one. I love it. Oh, yeah. I love it, man. All right. Well,
we'll be back
enjoy
Sunday,
the
guys.
Beautiful weather. Have a great Friday, and we'll be back Sunday night. It's a good one. Beefalo, Baltimore.
Next Thursday. Don't look at the schedule quite yet. It's not a good.
Oh, it's gonna be.
I'm going vertical.
It's gonna be a super fun game. It's gonna be a lot of offense, probably. Maybe. We'll see. All right.
The quarterbacks play. All right.